Hello, hello, hello. My name is Nicholas Rivas, and I do videos on politics and stuff. And today we're going to be talking about the red wave, or the supposed red wave, coming from Republicans this midterm, coming to a theater near you. I never want to underestimate the Republican Party. I mean, because look what happened with Trump. Look what happened with Gore. You never underestimate your opponent. Um, and with the supposed red wave that is supposed to come after every presidential election, the House and or Senate usually flips, uh, i.e. Trump during his 2016, 2017, 18, you had a flip in the House and Senate. um, I can see that being the case in this election, as Biden's approval rating is one of the lowest. um, his inaction has led to a lot of people going, well, what's the fucking point? But I don't want to give not enough credit to that to say that that wouldn't get people to vote. But I think the issues of today, of like abortion and the pending doom that we have with the Republican Party kind of showing their hands very early, have led me to believe that I think the red wave isn't going to be as severe, as right now Democrats are leading up 15 points in the polls, which is unheard of. I mean, to think about Democrats even being favorable at all is a damn achievement. You can't really rely on that solely, but it's definitely a good sign for Democrats when the Republican Party, who really can just kind of put it in neutral and just cruise, are looking really good because of the legislation recently brought upon by the Republican Party with Roe v. Wade overturning. I honestly didn't think there would be even a chance that people gave a shit. I mean, people really don't give a fuck about women's problems. So I didn't think it would be even remotely close of people being even like an ounce of concern. I was like, yeah, sure, buddy, people are gonna care, but they did. I mean, when we saw what happened with the um, Kansas uh, abortion bill, people in droves voted to keep their abortion rights. Kansas, a place that won Trump by 15 points. Like, come on, my guy, come on. There's got to be something founded within that where people are gonna say, maybe not the House and Senate will fully go, like, or sorry, maybe one of the two. The House will not, maybe the Senate will, or vice versa. It's hard to pin. I just don't think the red wave is as severe as they're making it out to be. You know, like there's definitely a chance we're gonna lose stuff, and it's sad that we against these fucking baboons are gonna even lose. But I mean, it's the truth, you know. Like, the Republican Party isn't doing anything different. I think it's just becoming more widely known, and their anti-abortion stuff. I mean, think about it. When people who voted for Trump then voted no on the Roe v. or the abortion laws in Kansas, I truly didn't think they were like, oh, I didn't know he was that against abortion, or I guess they didn't realize that abortion was even a factor to them until it was, right? Like, I just can't see a world. There's definitely cognitive dissonance. There's people who were like super anti-abortion who voted for Trump and were like, hell yeah, he did it. And I'm sure there's a lot of people who were like, wait, he did it? I'm not anti-abortion. I just didn't like Hillary, you know? Like, I can't see a world where it's just these one issue voters. I definitely think they ran into situations where they wanted to vote against Hillary more so than Trump. But I also believe there were people who were anti-abortion who wanted to get their way, and they did. But I maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just thought that they would be more. The Kansas vote would have been more, indecisive. It'd have been like a 50-50 split. Like, they, from what I read, is that they won pretty, pretty pretty high in the election was towards the protecting of abortion rights, which surprises me to hear that Kansas, right? Like, how the hell is Kansas? So that's why I don't think that there's going to be this red wave as severe, which is great. Great. Biden needs to capitalize on this, because you can't have forever abortion laws being fought by Republicans. Like, they're gonna eventually catch up and just realize maybe we can just kick it into neutral. Like, we don't have to fight on these abortion bills until we get our Trump back. And I also think it's a multitude of situations. I think with the um, killing of that general or the Al Qaeda member, people were like, "Oh, that's kind of cool. Good for you, Biden." Like he is warming up to people, and there's also a rumor that he's going to go forward with the student debt. Now, I think people will go in droves and vote for him when he starts doing stuff like that. But for now, he's not looking terrible. Um, it definitely doesn't look great, but I think in the casual people just living their life who maybe check the news every once in a while, they're not in the zeitgeist and they're like, yeah, I guess this guy's okay, like whatever. Like they definitely don't like him, but I think people are like, we'll see, and I think the Republicans are really shooting themselves in the foot if they think that they can just continue to do this. There was another situation that happened with the Republican Party that made me kind of go, why the hell are they doing this? Like they're making themselves look really bad. The abortion stuff is what comes up, and maybe it'll hit me soon. But I just keep seeing the gay bill. They were trying to codify same-sex marriage, and the Republicans voted against it. And it's like nowadays in 2022, that's like a topic that if I was a Republican, I just wouldn't talk about. They would be like, oh, what do you think about same sex? And I would be like, toast looks really cool. Like you just don't address these kind of topics because why would you? It's very popular amongst Americans, no matter what age range. Where gay marriage is like, yeah, I don't give a shit. But they went and showed their hands like that they are bigoted assholes who were trying to give it to states' rights. That's what they said. The states should make the decision. How about you suck a dick, you assholes? You know what it really is. They just can't admit, like, if they went up there and said, I just don't want gay people to marry, they would look stupid. So they have to say, "Oh, I just want less big government. I want the states to have rights," which is a valid argument, and that's why they hide behind it. Because the people go, "Well, I mean, that is a good point that we should have states' rights," but they don't give a fuck about states' rights. They will say states' rights for one thing, and then say states' rights is not allowed in this case for another thing. Like, come on, like they don't give a fuck. Um, and I think too, it was the Republican from Missouri, or I think it was Kansas too. God, Kansas is fucking killing it right now. If that's the case, that Republican who voted against the codify the same sex marriage bill, and he fucking went to his son's like gay wedding the next fucking week. Like, my guy, you're a piece of shit. The cognitive dissonance is right there. Like, you don't care about the liberty of people. You only care about the liberty of yourself. It's you're libertarian for yourself, but not libertarian for thee. What is it, right? Libertarian for me, not for thee, some shit. So, look, man, I think I would agree with these people if they had some fucking consistency and principle, but they don't. They are bigoted pieces of shits until it's not relevant to them. You know what I mean? Like, they don't give a fuck. And I really wish people saw that. I think they're seeing it with the codifying of the same-sex bill, the abortion laws just taken from people. I think you can see a world where they are being fucked, they're fucking themselves up. And that was really stupid of me. Why would I run in with that kind of gun? I think they're fucking themselves up and they're making themselves look stupid. And the Democrats are just, fumbling the bag, but they're not fumbling in as bad as the Republicans. So it's a very good sign for the Democrats, but this can't last forever. These Republicans are going to either put us in a political gridlock like they did with Obama in his terms, and then we're just gonna hand it over to another Trump. So we can't ride this Republicans making themselves look stupid forever. So yeah, I think that's a good place to end there. I think I've just been rambling too much, but rada rada, keep it real, yabba dabba doo.